何?
Natto is one of the most discussed food. But we can be the people like her. We can be the best friend of the people whoever likes natto. Natto is in our heart, our soul food. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, some French people in Japan put natto between macaron. Macaron sounds sweet. Yeah, they made macaron, natto macaron in Japan.
Natto macarons? Oh my god.
I'm gonna do that next.
I can believe it.
Oh.
The French chef said it was excellent.
Yeah.
So he recommended natto with macaron.
Maybe we'll see a Pig's Patisserie or one of our local New Gray. We'll make some natto. Yeah, I'm up for it. Yuji, could you tell me about the kombucha that you brought tonight with kombucha ship that everyone can try? And is it you're the only commercial kombucha in Japan? Is it true?
コンブチャっていうのは加熱してないものであって、日本では加熱した飲料っていうのは認められてないんですね。で、ただ保健所といろいろ2年ぐらいかけて話し合いながら結局なんとか保健所さんを口説き落として日本で唯一の製造免許を6月に取りました。
So it's the certification process took a long time. I want to make sure I'm doing this in context. The question
was what kombucha did you bring, and then also are you the only kombucha?
So the answer to that is yes. He is the only commercial maker of kombucha in Japan, and the government wouldn't allow product that hadn't been boiled, sanitized, homogenized, right? So I'll let you finish.
It took him 2 years to convince the health authority in Japan so that he can sell his product commercially. And just past June, he could ship the first.
持ってきてるコンブチャは、全部オーガニックの素材を使っていて、緑茶、これは日本のお茶どころの静岡掛川ですね。それと京都の宇治、あとは、大分県の緑茶、これをブレンドしたもの、あと紅茶ですね、ブラックティー、これは大分産の紅茶を使っています。で、砂糖に関してはブラジルのきび砂糖、生成されてないきび砂糖を使ってスコビーで発酵させています。
So all of the ingredients in his kombucha are organic. They're from green tea plants in Shizuoka, Kakegawa, Shizuoka, as well as Uji near Kyoto, and from Oita Prefecture. What was the name of the town? Oita, no, just Oita again, right? And the kombucha that he has brought today is from Oita Prefecture, and mixed with that is the sugar that he has is a cane sugar from Brazil.
で、そのコンブチャがオリジナルというもので呼んでいまして、でもう一つオリジナルをベースに、徳島県産の柚子の皮を漬け込んだものの2種類ですね。その2種類を持ってきています。
He brought 2 kinds of kombucha today. One is the original recipe, and another one is original and infused with yuzu citrus peels. And then this yuzu citrus is from Tokushima Prefecture, which is a Shikoku island of Japan.
And Machiko and Kaoru, what did you bring fermentation-wise to the festival tonight?
We brought amazake, and that is made of fermented rice. You can try. That is sweet, amazingly sweet, but we didn't use any sugar. And we made amazake mayo. That's amazing. You don't believe it. We don't use any animal product like egg, including eggs. And amazake is literally like sake, but we don't use alcohol at all. But we use fermented rice. So please try. Yeah.
And pickles?
And pickle. Machiko prepared amazake pickle. That will be also unbelievably tasty. Her amazake pickle is very famous, and she already published a couple of books about her amazake recipes.
Getting famous.
And Heidi, what did you bring tonight?
Natto. So when I do a demo, I have a little bit of non-soy natto, very experimental. So I make a non-soy natto with navy beans, and I also tried chickpeas. And you can give it a try. We also have some choice kimchi that we chopped up, and we chopped up some natto, and we're mixing that together, serving it with rice.
So now I'd like to end my questions with a question to all of you. How do you think that Japanese fermentation can inform fermentation in our country? And anyone can answer who wants to answer that first. How can your fermentation culture inform ours?
Can I?
Yeah.
I think first of all, you have to use koji from Joriji Miso, where you can see tonight. But they make excellent miso, but they make miso from scratch. I mean, they make koji by themselves. Then today, we use their koji to make amazake. There are many kojis in Japan. There are 7 families who is making starter to make koji. And their Joriji's koji is one of them, using one of their starter, but they make it even better than Japanese koji. So you should try, you should really try their koji. You know, Yuri and Ernest, 2 of them are making koji by themselves. It's very good. And, because their koji is so mild, when it's fermented, so mild. So if you know some new fermented food that you don't know, if it's tasty, you'd like it, then you'll be more interested, right? So please try their koji, then you'll be aware of Japanese fermented food too. Thank you.
I think amazake has many possibilities because amazake includes a lot of enzyme. For example, it's getting soft protein and change the taste, carbonate to sugar, sweet, taste is sweet. So, and recently, Japanese don't like to use sugar, especially white sugar. I don't know why. And then, so they choose instead of sweet taste things, for example, maple syrup, honey, and I hope amazake.
So Yuji or Heidi? Yeah.
まずアメリカの方々が羨ましいっていうのが僕の一言であって、すごくクリーンな環境で、日本よりもすごいクリーンな環境で綺麗な環境で作れるっていうのがまず羨ましいので、ぜひ日本に来てもらって、いろんなものを体験してもらった方がより良いものが作れる環境はアメリカだと僕は思っているので、とにかく羨ましいです。
綺麗っていうのもSo The one thing he can say for sure is that he when he first came, he was very envious of the cleanliness of the U.S. compared to Japan. And I think that we're talking about the bacteria levels and things like that. They can be better controlled. And he thinks that if and then some of the standards of making too, thinks that some of that went to Japan, they could create, or some of the products from Japan came here, they could create a better kombucha here than they can do.
あと一言で言えるのはやっぱり空気中のバクテリアがすごい厳しいので、僕の仕事の9割は掃除ですね。
90% of his job is keeping things clean.
So one thing that I remain in awe of is how in Japan a food like soy, which is abundant but challenging, for digestion and human consumption, but to take that and transform it through fermentation into something that's amazing, miso, natto. It's just, and I make natto every day, and I'm still in awe of it. And I also like the frugality of using things to ferment in. As I mentioned, using rice bran as a pickling medium, and using the sake dregs. It's really I like that philosophy in the kitchen a lot, and I think it's really something we can learn from.
So I have one more question, and then I'm going to open it up, and we're going to run a tiny bit late just because we started late. So it's 7 now, we'll go till 7:15. I just want to ask a simple question, which is, what else do you want? You've traveled so far to come here. What would you like to share with the room? Anything about fermentation, what you do, and then I'll open it up for.
Well, since we are holding cooking classes for non-Japanese people and Japanese people, whenever we hold a class, we make a group, both Japanese people and non-Japanese people together, and they started exchanging their idea. Of course, we teach Japanese home-style cooking with fermented food, but also participants from all over the world started talking about some similarity of Japanese food or some difference of Japanese food. So I really would like to you guys and we share our history or our fermented knowledge, and then maybe we can create something new. We can, adapt something good part from both sides, so we can create something new fermented food. I think in Poland we can do it.
僕が結構アメリカの方々にすごい優しく昆布茶作りを2年前に教えてもらったので、それのフィードバックじゃないですけど、日本人好みの昆布茶を作ってきたので、今日はお礼に来ました。なのでちょっと少ないんですけども、量ちょっと少ないけど来てるんですけど、ぜひうちの昆布茶を飲んでみてください。
Yuji says that when he came 2 years ago, he was hosted so kindly and so well by the folks here. He went back to Japan, and his kombucha is really geared for Japanese taste. So he didn't have a lot of quantity to bring today, but he hopes that all of you can take a taste and let him know how you feel about that, because the tastes in Japan are quite a bit different here. He's wondering how it will go down.
Okay, so I would like to open it up to any questions that you all have for any of our panelists. If you have any general questions, if you raise your hand. Yeah, and you can just sort of project.
Maybe I missed, but how do you make amazake?
Oh, yeah, how do you make amazake? What's the process?
We brought a recipe, but long story too short, we need to prepare koji and hot water, and then thermos. So you make hot water and you warm up thermos. And then after that, you drain hot water once. Then you put koji into thermos. And then after you reduce the temperature to, sorry, I don't know Fahrenheit, but 55 centimeter degree, and then 60 degree, and then you add to thermos to mix with koji, then leave it and keep it same temperature for 7-8 hours, depends on the temperature outside. Then, or if you have a yogurt making machine, you can do it easily. Koji is fermented rice, and you can get the koji from Jorinji, or I tell you the secret. You can get the koji through Amazon. You can Google koji inside Amazon, you can get it.
And also, if you want to actually make your own koji, I've made it. You can get cultures from Gem Cultures. They're in, I forget what city in Washington, but you can purchase a small parcel of the actual, so it's an inoculant, it's Aspergillus sojai, orzai. Yeah, there's all different types of cultures for all the different ferments, particularly in Japan. So, yeah. Yeah.
How do you make miso?
How do you make miso?
We also have a recipe. First, you soak soybeans over one night. Then cook soybeans for 6-7 hours until it becomes really soft like you can mash. Then you drain water and you mix cooked soybeans, salt, and the koji. Mix very well, and then keep it to some jar for maybe 8 to 10 months. So you have to be patient, you have to wait. Yeah. So usually we prepare miso in winter. Then by now you can eat it.
Yeah. For Yuji, yeah.
How do you combat the ambient yeast and bacteria?
Do you want to say that
Sure.
here? Yeah.
I was wondering how he battles with the natural yeast and bacteria in Japan.
Cleaning.
エアコンとか空気、外部から入る空気とか全部フィルターをしてるんですね。で外部から入るエアコンだったりとか、あとは床、壁、天井、常に掃除をしてるのと、そうですね、やっぱり外部から入る空気のフィルタリングをして、限りなくクリーンな空気の状態を作って発酵させる。
Well, he actually was really serious because there's so much of it is control of bacteria that could infect the product. So air conditioning units and filtered air always, and then keeping a constant watch and cleaning every nook and cranny of the facilities. Floors, everything. It's got to always stay clean.
So really quickly, I just want to let you all know what is happening next. We are going to gather all the chairs. Feel free to help, feel free not to help. We're just gonna kind of stack them over here, and then we're going to start the first tasting. Out on the mezzanine, there will be demos all night, starting at 7:30. So it's 7:10 right now. At 7:30 to 8:30, we have whole cabbage kimchi, and scrap vinegars. That's one of the demos. And then we also have starting sourdough levain with grapes. So those are both taking place out here. From 8:30 to 9:30, we have cheese and vegan cheese and cheese mold growth with our other festival co-organizer, Claudia. And we have traditional and non-soy natto with Heidi. Also out there, I don't know if you noticed, there's a fermentation station. That's the first time that we've had that this year, so you can actually make your own ferments and take it home. And then one more thing, on November 9th, there is a screening of the movie Fermented happening at the Portland Art Museum. I think that you all will really like it. I'm going to be moderating a talk for that. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you to all of our panelists. Thank you to Travel Portland. Kaoru has one more thing to say.
I'm sorry, one brief information. Since you'd like to know about Amadake, Machiko is going to hold Amadake workshop here in Portland on the 27th. So if you are interested, come to ask Machiko. Thank you. Ajori Jimiso.
Well, thank you all so much for coming.